I wanted to do a video on Ubuntu Linux and how useful it is for development, game playing, and basic word processing or office tasks. Here you see Minecraft on a Linux machine running the launcher. Office tasks, they have the Writer, the LibreOffice Writer, so you can do text documents, and then LibreOffice Calc, which is a spreadsheet just like Excel, so you can do column and row budgets, finance plans, whatever you want to use it for. You can also do coding with Visual Studio Code, HTML, JavaScript. You can do some C# too for web MVC frameworks here by adding a plugin to VS Code. In Linux you have show your apps here. At the top it shows all the desktops you have open, and then all your apps are grouped. If you want them to be, I group these because it helps to keep things together and save a little bit of space. Settings is here, but it's also accessible from the control panel up here, and then you just press the gear and you can put the dock in different positions, left, right, or bottom. I prefer the bottom so it doesn't take up the left side of the screen. You can hide the home folder on the desktop, and you can configure the dock behavior like auto hide. And if you have multiple displays, you can just control your displays here. Bluetooth for headphones and output sound devices, network for Ethernet cables, and Wi-Fi for any Wi-Fi connections. They also have online accounts where you can control Google or like OneDrive accounts. The integration isn't quite as good as I would like on those, so I haven't been using those recently. It's pretty simple. Over here in the dock you have all your common programs. If you have the little orange dot below it, it means it's running right now. And you can group things if you want. You can move things to a second screen. It gives you more room to organize, and then just go back and forth between it. I like Linux because it's fast. Windows seems to have a slow file transfer rate, and sometimes when it's connecting to Wi-Fi, if the connection is a little sketchy, that takes a long time to connect, where Linux it happens in just a few seconds. If you want to shut down, it's in the control panel, and you have power off or restart or suspend options. You can also see it has airplane mode if you need to turn it off while you're traveling. One thing I like is you can add a clock up here, and it gives you the different time zones that you might be interested in because you're working or traveling in those areas. It comes with a built-in PDF editor or a PDF viewer, some utilities like the firmware updater, document scanner, and the document viewer. Also has an image viewer, but it has Shotwell down here, which you can use to view and edit your images. I use it for development, so I have Mongo, Visual Studio Code, Dia for visual program design, and then Postman for API requests. I grouped Office because there's a bunch of apps here, and I like to have them in the same location so they're easy and takes less space. You have a standard text editor, which is like similar to Notepad++ in Windows. The terminal, you can do many commands. even updating your system just with a couple commands. You can also update your system by this software updater program, and it goes out and it checks if there's any updates for your software, and if it does, it asks you for your password and then lets you install them. My system's up to date right now. Programs launch fairly quickly. And you can click on the button down here and it'll go to that screen where it's located at. Websites actually load fast, so it's much different than Windows. Sometimes Windows you'd have to wait for 20 or 30 seconds as all the background processes are running, and then finally your network request for the website gets processed and you finally see something on screen. It's much faster on Linux. And that's a quick tutorial on Linux and basic desktop usage. I really like it when compared to Windows. Windows has the privacy issues, and mostly the speed issues is what made me switch. Thanks for watching.